Hello everyone, how are we all doing? It's good to be here again. And today I'm going to show you how I made a beautiful wedding dress for my friend. Actually, we are lost on what style to go about, and so I told her not to worry, that from different styles we'll come out with one. And so for the down parts of the wedding dress, I followed this style. So today, in today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful 6 pieces mermaid dress. But before I proceed, I want to appreciate every one of my subscribers. Each day I get excited at the number and the increase. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for following me. And to those that have not yet subscribed, I want to say, please do not wait again. Subscribe to this channel. Always like, share our video, make comments, and don't forget to press on the notification bell so that you'll be updated anytime I upload a new tutorial. Thank you very much. So let's get started. So for this tutorial, here are the materials I'm going to use. Here I have my Mikado fabric. It's a very good material for bridals. It's come out so beautiful and gorgeous. And then I have like 10 yards of it here. The next one here is taffeta. I have a white taffeta, and this will serve as my lining. I have 2 nets, and I also have like a yard and a half of lace. I'm not going to be needing much, and that is actually for the sleeve and the back parts of the upper parts. So these are basically all that I need to make this wedding dress. I told you that I have my Mikado material. I'm sorry, it's 8 yards that I have. Then I have my taffeta for lining. I have my 2 net, and then I have my wadding for the breast part, and I also have my nets, my lace, my bridal lace. And so these are all that we need. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do now is draft my pattern on this lining. Of course, I picked this color of lining because it's bright. So I'm drafting my long skirt pattern on this, and this is what we are going to use to cut the 6 pieces mermaid down part. So right now I have my skirts well drafted. I have my hip line, my waistline, my hip line, and this is my waistline. I have my hip line, I have my knee line, and then I have my skirt length, the hem length, and then I added like 5 inches to it because of course you know it's a flowing dress. So the next thing I will do is mark out my gap, and my gap is corset to my gap is nipple to nipple measurement. So for this particular measurement, I have it as my gap measurement, and I added half to it, like 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Then I added half as sewing allowance, so that's 4.5. Here right now I'm marking out 4.5 just to have my center part and the side part. So I join the line, and then I will cut it out. Now that I have my center and side apart, the next thing I'm going to do right now is use the drafted the center part to cut my fabric. And so I have my Mikado unfold at 10 inches. And so what I will do now is take my ruler and then make a slanted line from my knee length down to the arm length of the folded material, and that will serve as my center, as the center of the dress, as you can see me do. Right now I'm going to cut it. After cutting it, the next thing I will do is take the center part and then notch that knee length. It's very, very important. And after that, I'll come to my M length side, and then the edge, I'll just come in by 1.5 inch and make a curved line to the center. This is for it not to be sharp at the edges after sewing it. So I'll just make this curve shape and then cut out. Now that we have our center part, the next one we'll cut is our side. So I have my folded into 22 inches, maybe 22 inches from fold. So this is how I placed my drafted pattern. I placed at the center. It's sorry, not the center, but I have 8 inches at the side and 6 inches at the side, and then I place my drafted pattern on it. So just like I did to the center, I will make a slanted line at each side. I mean the side that has 6 inches and the one that has 8 inches, in order to have that wavy effect. So by the time I cut this out, you see how wavy it will be. And then after slanting that side, this other side, I'll take my ruler and then mark out the M length so that it won't extend. I'll take my ruler and then make a straight line at the M length from that other side, from the other side to this other one. I mean the 6 inches side to the 8 inches side. So I will have our gown length. So right now I'm going to cut it out. Then remember that in the first one, the center part, I made a curve in order not to have a sharp edge. Same thing I will do here. I'll mark 1.5 inch upward and then make a slanted line like you see me do at each side, and then cut it out. So right now for the front side of our down part, we have our sides and the center cuts. As you can see you see how beautiful and how shapy it is even without sewing? So I will set it aside right now, then cut the back parts. For my back panels, I have my fabric folded into 16 inches, and this is for the center. Remember when we were cutting the front, we used 10 inches. Right now I've added like 6 inches because of the train that the back has. And then I will first of all mark out the down parts, I mean the hem length. I will make a straight line so that I won't miss out. And then just like we add it at the front, from my knee length right then to the mark out point, the hem length, I will make a straight line. So to get our train for this one, that's where the work is. And I'm sorry guys, while I was doing the filming, I didn't know the camera didn't cover it. Of course it's a very long length. So to my normal hem length, I added 5 inches to the initial measurement. This time around, I'm going to be adding 24 inches to that down part. So from that end of the 24 inches, I'll just make a curved line to make that my initial straight line that I made from the hem length. I hope you got what I said. Let me come back. So So to my normal length, I added 24 inches in order to have our train. And so from the 24 inches extra, the hem, I make a curve from there to our normal initial length. I observed that the chalk toe is looking faint, it's not looking so bright. Maybe because it's a white cloth and then I'm using yellow chalk. I'm also sorry about that. So all that I did was make a curve. I'm trying to boden it so that you will see it. I made a curve from the initial hem length down to the 24 inches extra that we added to it, and that is to form our train. Right now I'm going to be cutting out the center part of our back, the center panel of our back parts. Okay, so right now, just like we did to the front, I'm going to take my tape rule again and then make that 1.5 inches, the one we use in covering the front. I'll just make a curve from there down to the new hem length, just like you see me do. I'll just make a curve down so that we will not have a sharp edge, like I always say. So that's it. Yeah, so now we have our center panel for the back. Can you see how beautiful it is? I'm very full. Okay, so we are still going to cut it into two actually, but then let's cut our sides for the back. And just like it's the normal one we have for the front, that's the same one we have for there's no addition to it. So I'll just use my front to cut the back. Now I'm getting short of material, so I won't fold it. I won't be folding it. I will just cut it one after the other so that we'll manage the material well. Can you see? I tried folding it, but I didn't have to. I can't have it on fold, so I have to cut it one after the other. And that is what we are going to do. Right now I have my back panels, the center and the sides. Okay, so now you can see the 24 inches addition I made to it. You can see the extension from the normal length, then the 24 inches I added to the back as the train. So this is our back panel. So we have both our front and our back panel. I also want to tell you that the same method I use in cutting that center, if we are doing an A shape like a mermaid dress without pieces, that's the same way you can also cut it. Some of these days I will make a pattern draft on how to make a mermaid dress with tail. So right now we have everything together. This is our front. Can you see how beautiful and neatly it's cut? And now we have come to the end of this tutorial. In other tutorial, I'll be showing you how I cut the other parts of the wedding dress. Thank you for following through. See you in my next video. Bye.